Welcome to ACC Round 7. I'm joined once again with Timpo. How are you, mate? It's been a while. It feels like it's been a month.
Doing good, mate. How we doing?
I'm struggling to stay awake right now. That's why I've got a coffee in hand.
Well, isn't that hilarious?
With 3
9
shots
a.m.
of
for me
coffee.
where I'm from. So I just woke myself up.
It's 2 p.m. here, and I am yawning to Kingdom Come. I nearly fell asleep watching FP3, but I couldn't fall asleep because I saw the spectacle of Alonso beating Verstappen by 5/1000ths of a second. It was amazing. I can't wait for the race tomorrow.
I woke up to that today, and I'm excited for qualifying. F1 and AC qualifying, that is.
I'm excited for both qualifying in F1 and ACC. Because we got Maverick back on the track.
Whoop, whoop. Home builder Maverick.
Bob the Builder Maverick. Maverick the Builder Maverick. Why am I saying Maverick twice? Just Maverick the Builder. Alright, who do we have on the track for the first qualifying lap? I think that's Jay Kelly coming towards the line. The second pair, the driver who secured that 1-2 at, what was it, Suzuka last round in the rain. Boy, Suzuka was fun to watch, to be honest. Now, I have to say, I am quite worried for turn 1 when the race starts, as we see a cone on the track. Because I've seen plenty of races in the past, both with Phoenix, but also with other leagues, where ACC, turn 1 at Monza, can end in complete and utter disaster. So hopefully, you know, our drivers can maintain a good, clean line into that first few corners.
Absolutely. No, it'll be a definite test of skill today, especially with the last season. You know, drivers will want to make sure they keep their turn 1 absolutely going through. They don't want to ruin the races heading through. Because is there any standings that can with the finishing today? Or most of the championships decided?
I believe the championship was decided last round, with Uzbi walking away by 60 points, because unfortunately Altosis technically was racing, but because of an internet disconnection, we couldn't see him on our screens. So unfortunately,
Right.
Altosis was didn't finish the race last race, which secured Uzbi that race win or race victory for the Pro Championship. Elcor as well. Cthulhu did not participate last week, which secures himself the amateur tier. And now, unfortunately, with Falkenberg's technical troubles last week, and again not showing up this week with those same technical troubles, Andrea Falzetti will secure himself the championship this weekend as well. So 2 last weekend and 1 this weekend.
So I was having technical difficulties there. I was like, qualifying you started yet? I didn't start there, but here we go. I am now here in Monza with my friend Darkness and all my friends here at Phoenix Sim Sport. I'm ready for the qualifying session. We approach just about 10 minutes to go here. I think Uzubi just set his fastest lap so far, the 1:1.
No surprise there.
I'm sure he still has time to find.
1.1 seconds clear as well, might I add. The previous gap to pole was Joshe and to Maverick, which was 0.3, and now it's a second.
Fernando Alonso Uzubi out here, showing that the years add grace and experience. Does not make you slower.
Yeah, suffocating, that was definitely part of the plan. I definitely wasn't forgetful and forgot how to switch scenes at all. Yeah, definitely. As Shanae and Cthulhu put in a storming lap, taking second and third place for themselves. Shanae still 0.6 off of Woosby's pace, but a good second place with Cthulhu just 2/100ths, or even, what is that, 18 thousandths of a second behind him. And then Joshe improving his time to be, what is that, 9/100ths of a second behind Cthulhu. I can do maths, I promise.
I think it's just over a 10th there, man. Unless I can't.
I think I can't tell if it's my internet, but I think you're cutting in and out a bit.
I may have to do a quick restart. Technical difficulties.
As we see Ackman, I think... Is Ackman on a hot lap? I actually can't quite tell. No, he's not on a hot lap, but he is now going to start a hot lap across the line. Let's go for a nice helicam shot going through his lap. Ackerman currently, he was the previous championship winner for the pro tier last season in season 2. However, unfortunately, the race did not go his way, or the season did not go his way for season 4. Now, Oosby finds himself at the top of the tables. In fact, both in the standings, but also overall, he's improved his time even further, increasing that gap from 0.6 to 1.1 seconds to Shanae. So again, Oosby just flying ahead. And unfortunately, Ackerman as well, last race didn't help his... although he may not have been able to win the championship last round, still very unfortunate to see Ackerman having a disconnection problem with his internet, which caused everyone else to see him stationary on the track. But for his screen, everyone was just barging him off the road because obviously they couldn't see him. So it was a very unfortunate situation for Ackerman, but let's see what he can do. He is still able to come out with a win. May not help his championship fight, but certainly will put that extra notch on the belt for a win, for a podium finish at Monza. Now coming towards the Parabolica, the final corner at Monza. In F1, you would have DRS down that main straight, but this is GT3 and GT4 racing. There is no DRS. It is down to the drivers, their setups, and their cars. Around the Parabolica now and towards the line. Ackerman crosses with a 1:48.8, 3.5, nearly 4/10 off of the pace from Oosby. So still an astounding lap by the championship winner last season, but unfortunately not quick enough yet to take provisional pole from qualifying now with 5.5 minutes left, and you can see a lot of debris from the runoff area in turn 1. Turn 1 being a great corner, especially for ACC, as I mentioned earlier. A lot of people in practice and in many other leagues that I've partaken in, turn 1 is always a recipe for disaster on this track, whether it be dry or rain.
And how is Timbo sounding now?
Better, but still a little in and out here and there.
Gotcha. Alright.
We'll have to see how it goes.
JK, I believe, is going to be joining us momentarily, so he can take a little load off my mic here.
Awesome. Ackerman does appear to be on a second flying lap now, coming towards Parabolica. Does have another car ahead of him. Looks to be a GT4. Potentially could help his time. Let's see. Going around the final corner. Slight snap of oversteer there, so I had to correct that. Now coming all the way to the back of that GT4 driver to the line. He does improve his time. Fortunately, he does not improve enough still to take first place from Oosby. Oosby with a absolutely outstanding lap. No surprise to us or to anyone else, I would hope. Because Oosby's been on absolute form this entire season. There's been the odd race here or there where he's been challenged for that race win or for that pole position in qualifying, but for the majority of the races, he has been on top-notch form.
Yeah, Usby's definitely been on world champion pace. He had, I think, from the first race, we all knew that Usby for it this year, and by God, did he go for it! On absolute electric form right now, especially coming off the back of last year where he suffered many DNFs and mechanical failures. Come in this season and just have such a dominant over the field. It's been truly amazing to watch. I'm sure some of his competitors on field may not feel the same way at times, but being up here in the booth, it certainly gives us a good show.
Indeed. Let's have a quick look now. We've got 2.5 minutes left. If we can find ourselves Maverick, who's decided, I say decided, it's not like it was completely in his control, but has managed to find the time to be able to come back to the track before we finish off the season. So Maverick's comeback race for this season is at Monza. I think is, let's see, I'm pretty sure he did compete in the race this season so far, or compete in a race this season so far. Let's have a quick look now. He did partake in the first 4 races. He took part at Misano, Kyalami in the rain. We had Zandvoort and Nürburgring. And then unfortunately for the past 3 weeks, we have not seen him. So it is nice to have him back on the grid for the final race of the season. He'll be fighting, although not fighting for a championship, he is still fighting for, crucially, that fourth place, in the Pro Championship. And, you know, yes, there may not be a prize pool for first, second, third, but it's still, it's like getting a race win for Ackerman. It is a chip to put on your belt to say, you know, I wasn't there, but I fought as hard as I could, and I came back to, you know, to win a race or to win a podium. It'll be a great comeback to see Maverick back on the top.
No, I fully echo that right there as well. And you know, every racing driver out their heart wants to go as fast as they possibly. And even though at this stage, a championship or, you know, finishing on podium towards the end of the year may not necessarily be on the cards, for the bragging rights, you know, just pride of it, to be able to go out there and finish as high as you can and get out there with guys and track. You know, there's nothing like it.
And to note as well, something that completely was missed by both of us, Ackerman, now half a tenth off the pace from Oosby. Half a tenth off the pace, and let's see, actually, I do believe he is currently on a hot lap, so we'll have to see what the Aston Martin driver can do. Can he, for the final round for Season 3, put his car up on provisional pole there as the checkered flag comes out, or will he be on the front row of the grid and remain in second place? Now coming through the Sector 2, 4th and 5th corners, approaching into... I should remember the name of these corners. What are the name of these corners at the top of the track? I can hear Crofty, say, Martin Brundle and Crofty saying at the top of my head, but I can't work out the name of it. But as he goes through the 2 right-handers, we'll go with that for now, he'll come towards the final chicane, which is the first few corners, Parabolica. I thought Parabolica is the last final corner, the final hairpin was Parabolica.
You're looking for Curve de Lesmo.
That's the one, I think. Now let's see, coming towards. I'm 90. Yeah, Lesmo. Yeah. So now coming towards the parabolic. I remember my corners. I promise. Let's see if Altosis can improve. I think him wiggling there. I don't. Yeah, he's stopping. He's not. He's had
Pulls
enough.
out the lap.
And that's qualifying. And let's get JK in here as well, because as you mentioned, he's joining us today. JK, welcome to the commentary box. How
There
are you
he
doing
is.
today?
Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing?
I'm hopefully awake. I've just finished my coffee. I can only
Well-
hope that that's woken me up.
Well, JK, I can tell you that mentally, I am here with you guys in Monza and enjoying the beautiful weather here on this beautiful Saturday. But in reality, I am in Canada, where we had a blizzard thunderstorm last night.
Oh, dang. That is exciting.
How about you, Curb? How we doing?
Doing fantastic. I've been awake for all of about 10 minutes so far, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh, so we're all going off of the "we're tired" page. That's wonderful.
Yes. Yep. We didn't have a blizzard yesterday, but we did have the highest, well, maybe not the highest, but some of the highest winds I've ever seen in my life. They were saying it gusted up to like 40.
40 mile an hour.
That
That's,
sounds like so much fun.
what,
Yeah.
95?
It was interesting to drive in, I must say that.
You weren't driving in that?
Well, I had to go to
Oh,
work.
that's
I mean, that's
nothing.
fair, but that's
Oh, dude. Wind gusts
Uh,
of 65 clicks an hour, that's nothing.
that's
It's got to get windier than that. And
Well, I was also, I also drive a Chevy Blazer, which is basically a large sail.
that is true. This is true.
I'm not one to know much about cars, but I trust your description would be accurate.
Think
Wait, that's
large
it.
block.
Okay.
Yeah, imagine a brick. Imagine a brick on four wheels driving the road.
I thought that was a Hummer.
It's not far off. It is not far off.
The extent of my
that-
car knowledge is F1, and that's about it. And I agree, Lobster. JK does have a very nice voice. I wouldn't describe it as smooth as butter, but it is a very nice voice.
Wait. Who said that my voice was smooth as butter?
Lobster Warrior.
I wouldn't trust him. I've never heard my voice described that way.
We do actually, as we try and wait for the drivers to line up on the grid, we do have a fair share of penalties to go through as well. I think we've got, let's see, 3 drivers starting for a pit lane. We've got car number 720, which I believe is Joshay. Car 39, I can't remember who 39 is. That's M Sinister. And car 16, 16 being not on the track today, unfortunately. And then we've got 2 drive-throughs, which is for number 29. 29 also not on the track today, and will be served next season. And unfortunately, not sure what car number, but Irish as well. Another driver who has not been seen for the duration of this entire season, which is quite unfortunate. But, you know, as we always say, you know, put your life ahead of Phoenix. So, you know, we'll always be here. We'll always be around and waiting.
30 seconds.
Lobster says that he's qualified to judge voices. He's got a degree in voiceology. So I think I'm gonna have to take his word for it.
That checks out.
Yeah, JK, you got a nice voice.
Well, I appreciate it.
I'm renaming you now officially to JK Nice Voice.
Hey, there's a first time for everything. I am still having a little trouble getting connected here, so I apologize for my lack of tech knowledge.
Have you got the password for spectating?
Yeah, I sent it to him.
Okay.
I do. I did not find the button.
Well, yeah, it's basically just you connect
You
as
just type.
normal. You just put
You-
in the
you just
new
type it.
password. Yeah.
See, that's smart.
Exactly. There we go. We also got Shanae in the pits. 750 is in the pits for some reason, but I don't believe he had a pit lane start. Jushay has not gone in the pits. Now I'm very confused. Did I read the wrong number? Was it not 720? No, it definitely was 720.
Green light. Give it okay.
Very odd, but indeed. But there it is, the green light, and away we go. Ousby still in the lead of the race, and Ackerman, unfortunately, could not get a great start. Jushay finding himself alongside the inside of Ackerman. In fact, 3 wide between Ackerman, Cthulhu, and Jushay going into the first corner. 3 wide at the back as well, with a Mercedes, the other Team Rocket, and a McLaren. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is.
Where's the big collision? That is Kelly, unfortunately, finding himself in the gravel along with Barbu. And I think Shanae as well got collected in there because he finds himself at the back as well. Oh no, Shanae, pit lane start, that's fine. Was it just 2 drivers going off wide? I think it was just 2. There's Cthulhu, not Cthulhu, Maverick. Almost having a collision with the Lamborghini of Landshark. Fortunately, he goes off the road to avoid a collision. I'm so out of practice for commentating. Who have we got here? We've got Cthulhu going quite wide, coming out of the second Lesmo, right along the rear wing of the McLaren for Jushay. Going into the final chicane of this track. Other than that small lap 1 incident between, I think, 2 or 3 drivers, it's actually relatively quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, I say that as there's a green car going across my screen. That's Cthulhu going off my screen into the gravel trap. I just had to say something, and that is Cthulhu. Now, coming back onto the track, I think he'll find himself, there it is, a pocket of air once everyone has gone past to get back and going. What on earth happened there? I definitely didn't curse him, fortunately. I didn't say anything, but something indeed happened. Just my luck. You know?
We're right on board with him. I think he picked up some damage.
Yeah, he's definitely got damage. He got damage to the front end of his car, so I suspect then... he doesn't go in the pits, but I suspect then he probably... I'm going to have to speculate and say possibly missed his braking zone and hit the back of someone, is I guess. We'll have to see in the reports later.
Jushay picks up the fastest lap so far.
Finn, how dare you miss the race? You shouldn't be missing this race. It's important.
Who, me?
No,
Oh.
Twitch.
Ah.
He said, wait, I missed the race?
Ah, that's terrible.
No, in one hour is the qualifying for real F1. Whereas right now it's the race for ACC, which I have to say I am a little upset that commentating this means I'm gonna miss the qualifying. Oh, there's a number 7.
Spinner.
Here he goes.
Yeah, Spinner. Spinner. He just took too much curb and just chasing down Kelly, and car just got too upset. No damage. Kept it out of the wall, but definitely a little pirouette for him on the track there.
I'm pretty sure, but pretty certain as well. He mentioned earlier in the chat that his wheel's broken at the end of qualifying. So hopefully that is not the reason or the cause of his troubles there.
Hopefully not.
Should our friends at Fanatec be watching? Help.
And there goes Cthulhu down the inside, taking the position from Spinner. Cthulhu after a very... I'm very curious to know what happened to Cthulhu, but a very unfortunate start to the race. Now finds himself up into 11th place.
Oh. Number 75 goes way wide into the second chicane. Looks like he was trying to make a move.
Doesn't.
I'm watching the wrong person. Number 7 went way wide. Boost spinner.
Oh, there goes Barbu. Making a move around the outside of Shanae. As Shanae hits the sausage
Shanae
curb
hit
and
the
finds
wall.
himself in the wall now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That is the third driver to have had an unfortunate ending out of that chicane. And now you can definitely see on the front of his car, he has definitely got damage there. Hopefully that is not going to be horrible to drive with.
Konos is chasing down Land Shark right now.
Is he going to go for a move into turn 1? He's definitely closed the gap, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to be able to even consider a dive.
No.
Right, yeah. Didn't get
Konos,
a great run out of that.
Konos, you experience there.
Oh, Shanae apparently had another incident. Do you know?
I don't think so. It's not going well for Shanae, though, after an unfortunate pit lane start. Which, again, I'm still very confused why he has a pit lane start. Because the as far as the penalty tracks were updated to for last week, it was 720 who needed a pit lane start, not 750. Certainly interesting.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. Oh, we have another driver off track here. Barbu goes off in the chicane.
Another victim to that corner.
Man, it's brutal.
So that'll find Shanae now promoted up another position. Oh no.
Yeah, Shanae's up to 10.
Yeah, no, he's up a position. It's not updated though. Gotta love ACC for not updating it.
Exactly.
There we go.
Konos
now-
is all over the back of Land Shark here as they go through turn 1 again.
Oh, we've also got Maverick just ahead. Just 4.5 tenths off of the back of our resident McDonald's driver, Elcor. So we've got 2 Audis battling out, and then we've got a Honda and a Lamborghini fighting out. One right after the other.
It's getting tight up there. I was never used to that kind of battling. Back in the back of the pack.
I was never used to battling.
Wait, you guys had cars around you that weren't flying by?
Wait, you guys weren't getting lapped?
Oh no, I was. That's what I meant.
Oh, that's what I was on about as well.
Were we in the same car?
Possibly. The last time, so I was mentioning this in the briefing, the last time I had a battle on Monza was when I had a drag race with Maverick without realizing that there is a braking zone for turn 1. So as I went off into the runoff area and into the distance and into the sunset, Maverick was actually taking the corner.
But you won the drag race. He might have won the race.
Exactly.
This is true. You gotta take your wins when you can have them.
That was my
Life is
first
true.
race with Phoenix as well, so I'm actually quite happy I scored points in that race.
Life is all about perspective.
The final chicane took another victim. Barbu
Oh
again.
no.
Oh, Maverick, he is on the inside of Elcor.
What a beautiful
Good
move.
touch.
Managed to just
That-
about
that
catch
was-
the ending.
That was beautiful.
That was class. That was pristine.
That was fantastic.
I think he did that just to put in the race academy.
I mean, that would be a fantastic clip for it, for sure.
You can just hear Mav, clip that, clip that.
That was a beautiful pass. Let's getting in closer to Kelly here. Sorry, Shark. I believe he is.
He's just waiting on Shark to make that mistake.
I mean, it's a good strategy. As long as you can stay behind him, you can keep his pace, then just push him and wait for a mistake.
Well, as they keep battling out here, keep an eye in the next couple minutes on Jake Kelly. He's only a couple of seconds off the tail of Konos, but should the battle start heating up between Konos and Shark up there, it will definitely start eating away at that lap time.
That's probably why Konos isn't trying to force a pass here, because he's got the. As soon as he does, they're both going to slow down, and Kelly's going to catch them. Right now, they're both slipstreaming, and they've got a shot at staying away from Kelly.
And to note as well, if you haven't noticed, I'm loving the custom liveries. I've just noticed that James on the rear bumper of his car has got the sentence "You can't park there, mate" on the back of his car. So props to him. I'm loving these custom liveries. I'll definitely look forward to seeing more next season for what people might have in store for us.
Absolutely, that's fantastic.
I think I might have to create one, even though I don't find myself racing all that often. Just do it for practice.
Absolutely.
They have opened that gap up from Kelly to point there. I wonder if Kelly might have had a rough lap too.
I saw him make a few mistakes when I was watching his on, where he entered a few corners a little brutally. So I believe he lost a little time there. But Konos is keeping that between a half and 3/4 of a second, which is honestly probably the butter zone if you're trying to stay behind somebody, because it doesn't affect your braking points at all.
Exactly. All it takes is just one bad corner exit there, you know, and Konos will be right there, just flying down the outside with Honda NSX.
Exactly. Is it? I believe they're getting closer to Hamlet here. They've closed that gap to just 1.2 seconds. Or sorry, 2.6. The gap from Hamlet to Maverick is almost 1.3, but I believe they're closing that gap to him. That might be interesting to get into the mix.
Oh, is Konos a little late on the brakes there?
He held his stick. He's right on his bumper.
He is right on the gearbox of the Land Shark there. I think this might be it.
He's got a draft.
He's closing that gap. He's definitely going to go for the move now. It's a drag race to the braking zone.
Inside, here he goes.
Oh,
Not
too
quite.
early on the brake. Too early on the brake.
That was beautiful. That was well defended by Land Shark.
Wow. I had just joined the onboard too, about 5 corners before that. So I watched that whole thing transpire there. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I was able to do the same. That's fantastic. They're also pulling away from Kelly, so I don't think Kelly's going to be as much of an issue as we thought he might be.
Not yet. Not yet. I can see Kelly just serving those tires for a few minutes, learning from the great Uzi. There could be also strategy here on play.
That's definitely true. Though Shanae is also catching up to Kelly. He's within 3.5 seconds now.
All right, here we go. See if Konos wants to do it again.
Oh, Landshark runs wide.
Oh,
Can he make it stick? Here he comes up the inside.
no, I think James got the runoff there.
Definitely.
Oh, they're neck and neck right now.
Gonna be all in the brakes here. James knows he pulled out too early last time.
Make it stick. Ah,
Oh,
I think he's braking too early. I think he's got more brakes to use. He just doesn't want to use them.
he is all over the back of Sharky here.
He is.
Shark is confident in those brakes of his.
He's extremely confident. I mean, a little overconfident there. He braked a bit late and sent him wide into the second corner.
So he is all out of sorts here with Konos all over the back of him.
He definitely is. I think Konos knows what he's doing. He's going to push him to make a mistake here shortly.
Yeah, Konos smells blood.
He definitely does. The benefit with these, the first two variantes, the first two chicanes, is the ability to brake late and kind of mess up your first corner or the entry into your second corner, simply because you know you can keep it behind you through the second part of that chicane, even if you take a narrow entry.
But sportsmanship with the weaving into the mirrors just before the braking zone there. Car number 7 into the pit. That looks like Spinner. Probably just repairing some damage. He's on his way out now. Oh, and Cthulhu, he bins it. I saw a yellow flag up there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, coming out of that chicane, Cthulhu, definitely a race to forget for him.
This is a race to forget for a couple people.
But a race to remember so far for Konos, who is having his way with Landshark's mirrors.
Absolutely.
From left to right and right to left.
He's just all over the back of him. He's making this very difficult.
Did not have the greatest of exits out of 1-2 there. 27 and a half minutes to go here in Monza.
Halfway point. This is a really good race right now. All Maverick has to do is just keep that. All Konos has to do is just keep his car in those mirrors. I've won many a battle by just making him nervous enough to make a mistake. I believe he made a mistake out of that last chicane though, because he's dropped back a few seconds.
I think now I'm gonna go on board with Shanae here, as he's only a couple of seconds off the tail of Konos here, and as they keep on battling, Shanae just keep getting closer.
We missed Shanae passing Kelly. I did not see that. Did Kelly make a mistake, or did Shanae just?
I think Shanae is too OP.
It really is. He's taken that gap from almost 9 seconds to under 2 in just a couple minutes. That's really impressive.
And let's not forget, he bended at one point as well there and got himself right back on track.
And started with a drive with a pit lane start, so he's made impressive gains.
Some might say.
Some might.
Yeah, and he's got that gap down to 1.7 now. It looks like Konos is alongside again.
Maybe? Not quite. When he pushes his braking zone, he's right with Landshark, but for some reason, whenever he's side by side, he backs off of it.
That was a better exit this time.
He's probably feeling the pressure to make the move now, because if Shanae catches them, he's going to pass both. Oh, pretty harsh defending here from Landshark. That was a well-defended move right there. Ooh, Landshark gets a way better run out of the corner there.
And now here's Shanae right in the fight as well.
Speak of the devil, here is Shanae. That's a shot.
Man, after being on after playing with playing on his own time for so long, that time crunch is definitely kicking in right now.
The front of Shanae's car looks like he's driven through a war zone.
It does. That's quite funny.
Are we going to see a change in the pecking order into the Parabolica? Shanae does look to the inside, but fortunately for James, he's not close enough just yet.
He's taking a look, but I don't think he's probably going to try and make a move.
I
Up
think
here in
he's
Q1,
more
if I
than
have to
close
guess.
enough to make a move into this first corner now.
Definitely.
I think James got the far better exit.
He really did. I don't know. James might be able to make a move. No, not quite. Oh, this has got to be very frustrating for Shanae, just because this is going to slow his pace up significantly for a lap or two.
Until he can find his way safe around Squabblers. Waiting to see Kelly's distance.
Kelly's
guy's
pretty
got
far
it.
back. I don't think he's...
Yeah, his distance is still growing, if anything.
I think James just made a mistake coming into the first Lesmo there.
Yeah,
He's
he
lost
got,
a heap amount of time behind the Lamborghini, and Shanae's now all over that rear wing.
I feel like he'll be able to get that time back. Shark there with the braking. At least down the final straight there. I think he'll be able to keep Shanae behind until then.
This really is a not a good passing area, but here goes Shanae. He's going to
here
try
goes
it. Around the outside.
Pulls out just as fast. Pulls in.
He tried to make that stick. He's not waiting around. He's going to try and make a move down here at the Parabolica, I think.
You're right. Right.
Maybe not. If we thought Kona smelled blood, this is far more.
Oh, there we go. Connors is gonna let him by. So I don't want the smoke. I don't want.
If anything, letting Shanae through might just help James's chances.
I honestly
Because
think
Landshark will have to defend. I say that as James is looking to the inside for a move on Shanae now into the first corner, but he will back out of it early. See, in my head, I would let Shanae through as well, in the hopes that Shanae would put enough pressure on Landshark to make a mistake, and I benefit from it. That would be my assumption in that situation.
That's true, as well as get the draft down the main there.
Yes, and you're in that position. You know he's going to pass, so if you go ahead and let him, then you're less likely to make a mistake and more likely to force someone else to.
Exactly.
I'm happy to defend against someone who's more my pace, but as soon as it's someone who's crazy fast, then I'm not going to defend nearly as hard, just because that puts me in jeopardy. And I think that's what Konos was doing.
Well, Shanae has found his way to the back of Landshark already. Konos in behind just a little bit.
Not far behind. Definitely close enough to pick up the pieces of any mistake here. Will he try to make a move into the Parabolica? Takes a look. I don't think he's close enough.
But he's got a good run out of the Parabolica.
Here he comes. Yeah, he did a little over-under. He's got a fantastic run down the main straight.
But I think the Lamborghini, has the better speed, surely, on this track to the BMW.
It does. He seems to be pulling away from everybody on the straights. I haven't driven it, but I imagine it's got some.
Because that was my
massive
choice.
straight line speed.
That was my choice last season.
Oh, completely.
Oh!
Almost
Sean was a little
disaster there.
A kiss, but no spin out, and he keeps the position.
That was almost Shanae now. Is he going to back out?
While there might be a bit of a penalty there, that definitely won't be as harsh as it could be at Monza turn 1.
Definitely. Konos backs out, so let's Shanae keep on fighting with Landshark here.
That almost worked out in spades for Konos.
It really almost did. It was almost really bad for Shanae and really good for Konos here.
But now Sinead's really gonna have to get past here just to save his race, because I anticipate a 15-second penalty will be coming here to Sinead.
Absolutely. That.
Yeah.
And he's already spent at least 8 minutes behind this car, so that's really eating away at his race.
To any viewers who are thinking 15 seconds for just a little kiss, in our ACC league, we could say we triple the penalties almost due to the time gaps. Well, triple compared to F1 that you would normally. A 5-second generally turns into a 15-second, vice versa, especially.
Oh, up the inside.
Goes,
not quite able to make it stick. No, maybe he can.
He was there.
Landshark just backs out, I believe.
Parabolic. Oh, he doesn't want to repeat turn 1.
No, he does not.
Or he knows he has the top speed there.
Maybe, but
I
not
mean,
Konos.
but here comes James.
Here we go.
Are we going to go 3 wide into T1?
No, I think James is
not
backing
quite,
out there.
not
You can see him backing out.
Might be a 2 wide though.
Whoa, James getting awfully close to that bumper of the BMW with Sinead going wide.
They makes a mistake.
This is interesting between the 3 of them.
Turn 1 was almost a parking
Here
lot
comes
there.
James. Konos is going to clear Shanae.
I wonder how much damage Sinead has on that BMW, especially after that little kiss.
Oh, Landshark makes a bad mistake going into the braking zone. Shanae trying to make it stick around the outside. This is a fantastic battle right now.
Kelly
Indeed.
got down to 5.6. It was at 8.1 last time we were talking about it. 5.6. It's all this fighting that's going on.
It's slowing them down majorly.
Well, more of it. More of it.
Whoa! Shanae trying to make a move into the final chicane, not quite.
Mounting those curbs.
Those curbs absolutely terrify me, especially when I was driving the Porsche. That I would never make a move like that. But I'm also not Shanae.
You can see James is pulling away on that straight, in fact.
That's
So
what I'm
definitely
saying. What how much
damage is
damage
not
he's got.
helping. Yeah.
Definitely not. James,
As I say that, he goes for a move around the inside. That was brilliant.
That's the Sinead line. Done that move 4 times.
Don't need a racing line. You need a Sinead line.
It looked like Konos might have just surrendered that position. Maybe trying to get a draft down the front straight here.
Potentially, yeah.
He never even tried to turn in to the normal racing line. He took a wide line. This is one of the most impressively methodical races I've ever seen raced from James Konos here.
Seven down to Kelly.
Whilst we find ourselves in a little bit of breathing room, I'd like to remind people as well, qualifying for F1 is going to be in 8 minutes. Please don't share any spoilers in chat. Please do keep that to yourselves.
And I'd like to take that one step further and remind everyone that we are sponsored by Rogue Energy, and you can head to rogueenergy.com and use code PHX at checkout for 10% off your order. Once again, that's code PHX at checkout for 10% off your order at rogueenergy.com.
As much as this doesn't help or like hurts Sinead's race, I almost want Sinead to be stuck in this battle to the end of the race because it is exciting.
It's really exciting.
Who are they coming up to the tail of now?
Is this lap traffic here?
Or
I think so.
lap traffic?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
that's Spinner. Jay Spinner, who's currently, unfortunately, 3 laps down. He's already
had a
got
really hard
he's got
race.
the blue flags for his blue Porsche.
Hey yo.
Oh, that Lamborghini is a beauty on this track.
Janae's too far back to lap him on the main straight. They lost a lot of time just to Land Shark on that back straight.
And the time Kelly is starting to grow a little bit here.
Yeah, I don't think Kelly has much of a hope of catching them unless there's an actual accident or something like that. If they spar for a few laps and then separate and start setting down lap times, I don't think he has much of a hope of catching them.
Selfishly, I'm hoping for a mistake from Landshark here, just to close this gap down a little bit again.
I don't think he has to make a mistake. I think Shanae will catch him in a few corners anyway. We've seen him chop down gaps like this in 1 to 2 laps. I don't think this is going to be too big of a hassle. The biggest issue is just that straight line speed, keeping him from getting a good run into T1. Because no matter how good of a run he gets out of the Parabolica, Landshark can use that top end to match his speed down the front straight and at least make it a challenge into T1.
And there's Jay Kelly. We can see him in the background now.
He's finally catching up to the Porsche. They're all separated quite a bit now. Janae's just going to have to put his head down and make up this time.
Oh, they are approaching the back of Thulu pretty soon here.
Yeah, they're getting there. He also has definitely had a race to forget. Just like that, Shanae's back onto the rear bumper of Landshark.
Kono's still a little bit behind. I wonder if he's lifting a little bit more in the corners to save fuel.
That definitely might be the case. Getting down to the wire, people are going to start knowing how much fuel they have left.
Because they were battling for so long there, right? Like,
Yeah. I know some of these guys put a lot more effort into calculating fuel. I typically try to go over by 5 to 10%, but I know that I know when you're better than I am, you can see the difference, and the
absolutely.
more tightly you can calculate, the better you'll be.
Well, and if you're putting like Uzabi time or Altosa's time or Kono's time, then and you understand your car and the way it burns the fuel and everything, you start to get down to, maybe 3% over to 5% over, just to account for strategy, right?
Exactly.
Because I'm starting to wonder here, because like, oh, Konos here is starting to get right back though.
He
I'm
is,
wondering.
yeah.
I'm wondering if maybe Landshark has a little bit less fuel load vehicle there, and that's why he's been able to fly away lately here. And,
That's very possible.
whereas Konos is setting up for like the last 10 minutes, like pedal to the floor.
Exactly, yeah. Well, so far we're into the 17 minutes that Shanae has spent behind Landshark. I think he really, really wants to get around this car right now. This is about the time that you start to get really frustrated, and I'm sure that he keeps a better mental state than I usually do, but that's also still, there's a lot of frustration setting in now, I'm sure.
Well, you're totally right. At some point, something's got to give, right? Even in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, what can I do to get around this guy? But we saw the defensive skills from Landshark when he was battling with Konos there.
Oh
So-
yeah, and these chicanes, like I was saying earlier, are great if you're trying to defend, because you can send it much deeper than normal, especially if you're on the outside, and it's a whole lot harder to keep a car on the inside going into T1 or the first turn in the second chicane.
The Chennai line is. It looks like Shark took Chennai line this time.
He did. They are right together, but they're that Lamborghini straight line speed again. Even with the draft, Landshark just starts to slowly sneak away from him.
Konos in the back. Don't forget about me, guys.
Looks like they're all within maybe a second and a half of each other. Shanae is
Yeah, I
working
think
that.
so.
Shanae's working that rear bumper
Even
very
less right now.
hard.
But at the peak of the lap, they get to about a second and a half from each other. But right around that straight, they get right within a second.
This track is so much about top end speed that having a car that's faster in the corners is so frustrating, because like Shanae here, you're all over the back of him through the corners, but as soon as you hit those straights, the car with the higher top end just runs away from you. And Monza does not have great areas to pass other than straights.
I would like to. We were talking so much about the midfield battle there. Just Jay and Maverick are within a second of each other for P3 here.
I just noticed that, you're right. And Maverick's made up a lot of time to him. This could be very interesting. Konos gets a massive run up the outside. Not quite gonna make it hang on. Looks like Konos is feeling the time pressure as well.
Oh, Maverick, he's trying to make the move on Jay. Pulls out at the last second on the inside.
He made that time up very quickly.
Bob the Builder Maverick.
We've got several really good battles
Can we
going on right
pass
now.
him? Yes, we can.
Here
As
it
Maverick
comes.
takes the inside,
Oh!
pulls out just in time as McDonald's man, Mr. Alcor, looks at his gearbox. Alcor gets a little upset coming out of the corner there. He won't be involved for the next couple of corners. As Maverick comes through Parabolica, will he take the Chennai line? You know what the Chennai line is.
He's trying to. Here he comes.
He is trying to, but he doesn't have the braking.
Can't quite make that stick.
Maverick in the Audi and not his usual McLaren.
He's getting a massive run right now.
And too heavy on the brake.
Oh, that has got to be frustrating.
Jason, thank you very much.
He was a half car ahead.
I think he was just trying to be good guy Maverick and was taking it a little bit too safe. Wasn't quite sure where Jay was going to go on the inside, right? Oh, and here we go.
Here we go.
Oh.
He's got the preferred
they're
line here.
touching.
Oh!
Over the curb!
Oh no! And Elcor just blows past both of them. That was the best scenario for him. Oh,
Oh,
no.
wow. Hamlet with the Konos defense back there. Speaking of, as the midfield three, they come through by the sausage curbs. They stay safer. But how will this affect their battle? They're not gonna be too far behind now, are they?
They're not. I don't believe so.
I think they still have they have a lapped Cthulhu in the way, so I don't think they will be approaching front
I
anytime
think you're
soon.
right.
But
Oh,
wow,
that
gonna be
is
looked at.
devastating.
That's
That's
gonna
for
be
sure.
looked at.
For sure.
To be a fly on the wall down in their chat right now.
I was not. I wasn't looking at it from. Well, I was looking at it from Maverick's point of view, so I didn't see what 720 what the 720 did, but it looked like
They just ran. They were
he
just
looked.
together.
Yeah.
They both tried to take the same track, and then then Maverick went over the sausage curb there.
Mhm. Man, that sausage curb is devastating.
Just ask Team Rocket about it.
Exactly. Sinead gets a pretty good run out of the Parabolica. He's right on the gearbox here.
Speaking of Team Rocket, here comes James Konos in the back there. Let's see. Well, late on the brakes, man. That's Daniel Ricciardo. This. He was. Yes, there we go. He was later on the brakes. He is right.
There he goes.
He is
He's
making
right
this
there.
interesting now. Here we go. 3.5 minutes to go here at Monza.
Bumper to bumper to bumper. Here we go.
Round 8, season finale, season 3.
This is where it's at. Looking outside. Sinead takes the outside.
Oh, Sinead cuts him off a little bit there.
Konos goes early on the brakes.
Oh.
Sinead keeps it around the outside. Sinead. This is good here.
Lamborghini on the straight. Oh, Sinead wants the inside.
Oh.
Lamborghini says no. Konos wants the inside now.
Wow. That was impressive driving on all three of those drivers' parts to keep that clean, and I think there was only a few minor touches there. This is textbook driving right here. This is fantastic. Can Sinead make another move up the inside here? You know, watching this, I think Sinead has higher wing settings because both Konos and Landshark have seemed to be able to get consistently get better runs down the straight than Sinead. Here goes Konos up the outside.
And there goes Sinead down up the inside again. Konos is not as confident on those brakes. The other two guys heading in 1.
He really isn't. On a track like this, you've got to be confident on your brakes. That's not gonna serve him well in the long run. You know, earlier we were talking about Konos surrendering the position, and he's done that twice now, I believe, in order to try and put the pressure on Landshark. But at this point, you have to wonder if he's thinking, well, if I can get in front of him, the race is almost over. All I got to do is get in front of him for a half second and at the right point.
Yeah, well, like I guess for Konos safety, the number one here. Although the other side of that is it's the last race of the season.
Right. Exactly.
Right, but starting off the next season with penalty points carrying over is not a good thing.
No, it's not.
Right? I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know something about that.
Why are you in the commentator's box today, Kirby?
I wonder why. The other thing to keep in mind definitely is possible penalties for car off. Who was that?
That was Cthulhu, I think.
Oh man. The other thing to keep in mind is penalties as far as Konos goes, because it's possible that Shanae or Landshark or both could get a penalty going through for the turn 1 incident. I don't
So
really know who was at fault.
they just
I guess.
started their last lap here.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Come on,
that
Konos.
that was as daring on the brakes as I've ever seen him. He's really trying to make this stick here.
Let's have a look at Kelly here. I just want to see what happened.
Didn't get a really good run through the second chicane there. Shanae just all over that bumper.
The leader has finished the race.
Here goes up the inside. Oh, there's contact! And Konos reaps the rewards here.
Was it contact between the Landshark and
Shanae, yeah, Shanae went up the inside and they bumped. Landshark went off track for a little bit, and Shanae had to regain his car and
Oh,
allowed
is that
Konos to just go through.
Are they?
Falsetti, yeah.
Oh, Falsetti gets a little nervous there, staying to
Oh,
the outside.
oh.
Shanae.
Elbows out here down the back straight on the final lap. He just lets him go.
I think there was a little bit of touching there. He probably just.
Mhm.
It's better. It's better to just. It's the last corner of the.
Mhm.
You're not going to decide anything no matter what there.
Yep. Wow, that was a fantastic race.
That's a way to end the season, lads.
That's a heck of a race to do my first commentating for.
Wow.
Falsetti is your GT4 champion. I haven't been keeping up with the other championships, but I imagine Uzubi's the pro champion.
I think you would be correct there. Uzbi is definitely the pro champion.
Who was leading in the amateur?
That'd be Elcor.
Yeah. And
Elcor then.
GT4 is definitely Falsetti.
Yeah, I believe Elcor finished top of the amateur standing, so I guess he won.
I now
So I think
pass down the crown.
Uzbi won by, I think, 60 points. 60 points the same for amateur. And then
So
I think it was about 30 points for GT4.
That'd be about right. With Falkenberg not racing. I'm gonna have to get onto him for that.
All right.
I have to say, although it was quite a race, I enjoyed the spectacle of a battle of 3 cars, 4 cars.
And that was a battle between 3 cars for half the race. I believe they started that at the 27.5-minute mark and went all the way to the finish line with it. That was quite spectacular.
Well, lads, I'm gonna run from here. I think I've been Timbo.
I'm Darkness, and we had JK. JK, you better join us next time, because I did enjoy it, and it's definitely
This
a
was
lot more
awesome.
fun.
Yeah, this was awesome,
a lot
guys.
of fun. All right,
I
lads,
appreciate
take
it.
care. Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.